piano going.
Thank you, Holly. Let's have a round for Holly. She's awesome. She gets us all the news for you. Thank you for coming out. Paul H., how about that? It's a thrill to be moderating here today, and I want to get started right away, so I will introduce our panelists. First up is our executive producer, Jeremy Carver, back on the show. Next we have Mark A. Shepard. You might have heard of this next guy, Jensen Ackles. Another newcomer you might want to keep an eye out for, Jared Padalecki. Another one I think you guys are kind of fond of, Misha Collins. And because dead is never really dead on Supernatural, Jim Beaver. And last but definitely not least, consulting producer Ben Edlund. All right. First up, Jeremy, welcome back to the Supernatural fold.
Thank you.
Had some time making Being Human for Sci-Fi. Great show there.
Thank you.
So, what's it like? What's it like being back in Supernatural world?
It's wonderful. It's sort of like having been a camper, coming back as a counselor. So it's great.
Like a true writer.
And so, picking up with what we just saw and where the last season ended, Jensen, when we last saw you, Dean was in purgatory. So
Yeah, which actually, Misha just pointed out, feels like right now with all the red lights. If you turn around, it's just nothing but red lights out there. I'm like, wow, I'm still there. Yes, purgatory.
So Dean's gotten out of hell before, so purgatory can't be that hard.
Oh, yeah, I mean, come on, it's like diet hell.
Hell zero.
Yeah, hell zero.
So what can you tell us about Dean's, how will he get out of purgatory? What can you tell us?
I don't know, are you kidding me? I just wait for the scripts to come in, and I think much like the hell situation, obviously Dean can't stick down there forever, so he gets out. How he gets out is, that's too much of a teaser, I can't tell you that.
Well, maybe Jeremy and Ben could fill us in.
They might be able to fill you in better than I could get. Ben?
Yes. Hi. How's it going?
Hi. Tell us about Dean's plight.
Dean's plight is a terrible one. I don't know if you're aware. He's in purgatory. Well, I think, Jeremy, we kind of think that he's going to come back on the show, and that's not like a huge surprise. In fact,
Whoa.
No, I was, oh, didn't we, Jeremy? So, no, his return from purgatory is going to happen quite quickly, and then the story of purgatory and what took place in purgatory is going to kind of be a story we tracked for a good long time, actually. It's going to be, isn't that true, Jeremy?
Yes, that's true, Ben.
Very good. You're so far away from me right now. I'm used to being closer to that shirt. It's not a Brokeback thing, I swear.
I was told, I I was told the theme of this panel was wildflowers. That's like this.
All right.
But yes, he will return, and more of the story of what takes place and how he's just brought to the limits in that place will be something we examine over the course of the season.
Okay. I see we're not going to get a lot there, so let's move on.
I don't know, that seemed like it took quite a bit of time there.
Jared, there's a rumor floating out there that Sam's getting a little oven this season.
Again, this. He is. Yeah, Sam is totally getting some action this season. It's been a little bit. And Jeremy told me something a few years ago. He was like, "Listen, man, I really love seeing you with your shirt off." So. And I was like, "Jeremy, that's really weird, man. But you have 3 kids. But he's gonna do it." And also, I'm gonna take the time. Guys, thank you all for waiting out there to come see us. It's really amazing. Really amazing. I mean, we saw the line out there, and I know a lot of people didn't get in, so thank you guys so much for being here and being a part of this. Forgive our indiscretions.
How many people are out there? How many of you are there?
At least 10.
That's insane.
Wait, keep those house lights up. Jared's gonna tweet pictures.
Okay, count off.
That's incredible.
Hi. It's amazing. That's like a whole nother room back there. It got dark, and then hi.
You know what's amazing also is that we can't see their faces, which means they can't see ours either.
It's not that big a loss.
Hey, Jeremy, no pressure.
Yeah, thank you.
Jensen, what about Dean? Is he going to get any romance this season?
Well, I mean, does Dean ever really get romance?
Well,
You said romance.
Romance. Yeah, I think the only real romance in Dean's life is the car. So, in that regard, absolutely.
well, to that point, sort of, not the car, but new people in their lives, Jeremy, Ben, talk about the challenges of bringing new characters into the fold who are going to get close to each of the brothers and how that challenge, especially with such a passionate and devoted fan base out there.
Well, I mean, I think the strength of the show is the bond between these 2 brothers, and ultimately, despite everything that's gone on in the past, they're at the core of their humanity, and I think they are just as open to new relationships and new beginnings and endings as anyone else in the world. And I think, in all seriousness, about the beginning of the season, we're going to see that when they were separated at the end of last season, it had a profound effect on each of them, and each, obviously, as is hinted at, has gone a very separate way that they will each carry with them what happened essentially in their summer away from each other. It's more than a summer, and the relationships that they've made in their time off from each other will carry forward and will be very important in each one of their lives, and they're going to have to come to terms, like any partnership, with dealing with the new relationship in each other's life.
And they're kind of emotional shut-ins that have to learn how to deal with other people. I mean, like, they've spent a lot of time in that car together with just like crumpled up snacks and stuff. I mean, this is a way of looking out to the outside world and connecting with, I mean, in a way, we get to play with maybe another thing to play with that we haven't always. I mean, it's a show that relationships are hard to chart, so we're actually trying to get into, I think, more complex and more like real human relationships. We'll see how it goes. Good luck to all of us, but it's a good try.
Yeah, Sam and Dean in real human relationships. Good luck, guys.
No, it's going to be great. And with machetes also. Machetes and a chainsaw.
Misha.
Yes.
There was no question, I just wanted to hear that.
Thank you.
Is that the question?
Make sure that's your name.
Castiel bolted on Dean at the end of the season. So what's going on there? What can we expect? Where's he gone, and when will we see him again?
Oh, look at me.
I'm looking for
I was just staring into space.
He went out for beer, and will be back shortly. I think we're. This is very difficult. The format is very difficult because you ask questions about things we're not allowed to talk about, and then we try to not talk about it to you for 45 minutes, and then everybody goes home unsatisfied.
I have a lot of camp stories that are really, really revealing and uncomfortable that I could get into. I mean, from my own personal life.
That might be nice. Yes, let's hear some of the weird, sort of damaging childhood memories.
I think that's
I'm interested in that.
So, but I guess we're gonna explore it. Explore what happened in Purgatory in flashbacks.
Jeremy already said that. When does Castiel come back? You misunderstood the question.
There's the bus. I feel really uncomfortable right now.
Okay.
What's happening?
Why do they do this to us?
When does he come back? You can't answer the question with another question.
I plead the fifth.
Is Castiel here? Can Castiel tell us?
Jim. Last time we saw Bobby, it looked like he was off to that great salvage yard in the sky. But you're here and we're very excited to see you. Can we read anything into that?
You can read anything you want into it. I don't know.
Will somebody get Jim a supernatural hat? Does anybody out there have one? We need him in a supernatural.
The funny thing is, I've been asking for one since season 1. It's the pat answer is it's supernatural. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. I have said anything's possible maybe 7,000 times this weekend.
7,001 now.
Anything's
Okay.
possible.
Mark.
Yes.
Does Castiel come back?
Well, funny you should ask.
Do Castiel and Bobby come back, Mark?
I don't know. Anything's possible. I'm just waiting for season 8 to be renamed O. Crowley. As it should be.
So Crowley finally got his hands on Kevin in the season 7 finale.
Could you please rephrase that?
Crowley finally took Kevin hostage.
This is not going very well,
at the end of season 7.
Yeah.
What's next? What's his plan? You know, I know anything is possible, but
What's next? What's his plan?
what's he gonna do with Kevin?
He's good at all. Trust him up in the process.
Leading question. Look, Crowley is essentially what
Rephrase that
happens.
one, Mark.
Crowley is essentially what happens when people aren't paying attention.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, I think the relationship that the boys have had with Crowley is, you know, I think it's been a rather good one. It's been fruitful and kind and compassionate.
It's been reciprocal, I think.
Yeah, pretty reciprocal, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I gave them stuff and then I got stuff.
Yeah, certainly so.
Well, can you rephrase that, please?
But I think we might be in a situation this year, I think I'm right to say that we might be in a situation in this year where we're kind of chasing after the same thing. So this could be a bit of a problem.
This would be a season where you guys end up, because it's remarkable how many times they've fallen into non-antagonistic relationships with the King of Hell. It's, you know, it's cleverness on the part of the writers, I like to think. But this is a situation where they're really going to come to a much more antagonistic kind of front with each other. I mean, Crowley has to shore up his camp, and he is actually the one who thinks ahead more than any other character in the universe. I don't think the Angels even really handled it as well as he's done. So he is going to be an issue, probably quite a titanic one. I don't know.
Like I said, Crowley, basically.
What just happened? I had a sentence, and then I just started to hear myself talk, and then I was just like, and then I saw the top of my head.
Just stream of consciousness.
So, did that answer your question?
Good enough.
Okay.
What? That wasn't good enough? Wait a minute. Oh, I hear you now.
You really are kind of a character on this show, aren't you?
I get no screen time.
I get no screen time.
Jeremy and Ben, we hear one of the theme, if for lack of a better words, for this season is Raiders of the Lost Ark. So tell us a little bit more about what that is. What does that mean for the show?
Well, I mean, can't go into it too much, but suffice to say, a lot of seasons past, the boys have been reacting to things at the beginning of the season. And I think this year, for the first time in a long time, they are starting the season on offense, as it were. They really want something. It ties in very deeply with the mythology, the overall or overarching mythology of the show itself, and something that is very near and dear to their hearts. And so notwithstanding all the luggage they bring from their time apart from each other, they are very much united in going after this one thing.
Our log line for this season was, this time it's personal, except for then there was this shark movie that had that. Jaws 3, I think, or Jaws 4 actually had that. Anyway, continue. I don't know.
And
Happy Ben had his espresso this morning.
I don't know if I help it. I can stop.
This is helping you.
I don't suppose you could hint at what this one thing is.
It's one thing.
It's the Ark of the Covenant.
I think, you know, we know it has to do with,
We know that
I
for
just
sure.
broke down here on stage. I apologize. A buzzer went off in my back. No, I think I got that right.
Crowley, Kevin, Dean, Sam, they're all involved in a chase for, a power source, ultimately. We won't be clear about it, but this season, like all others, will introduce a game-changing element that we've already seen hints of. But we have a roller coaster. We're going to get you on it. It's strange to try and unpack a roller coaster at the beginning of the roller coaster. That's why they have the part that goes up, so you can go down. Roller coaster, it's got wheels and tracks and all that shit.
Alrighty. Why don't we open it up to fan questions now?